Okay, so we're here with period 6 and our green class going over our first lesson for our new unit. Just took our first test. Everyone is happy or sad depending on how you did. All right, as a reminder again, if you failed, Carlos, if you're fine, please come see me. Please come see me. Sooner the better, right? Doesn't have to be today, but the sooner the better while it's still fresh, because we're going to be doing new things and have a new test on this in many weeks, okay? So come see me if you failed. We're going to talk about how to do the retake. Here's what we're going to talk about for the first micro lecture. The first one is talking about solving equations. Now, my hope is that this is going to go very quickly, because you just need a quick refresher on how to do it, so you can spend a lot of time at your spots, your new spots, making sure you know how to solve linear equalities. So the big thing here is that you need to recognize what is a linear equality. So if you look on the right, you'll see these are not linear equations. All right, this has a square root around your variable. This has the variable in the denominator and it's squared. And then this is in the exponent. We're not going to solve any of those today. Over the course of this year, we'll solve each of those. Okay? We will get to each of those types of equations. So in order to solve it, you're always trying to isolate your variable. Most of the time, it's the letter x. It can be any letter, and you'll work today with lots of different letters. Okay? So you're trying to isolate or get that variable by itself. And really, you want to go backwards from your order of operations. You guys always know PEMDAS. We're going to kind of undo things by going backwards of PEMDAS. All right, the reverse order. So let me show what I'm talking about with an example. All right, Dominic, please read this one for us. Excellent, thank you, Dominic. So when I look at that, I see 4x is on the left side. Oh man, I'm dying. 4x is on the left side of the equal sign. All right, see the equal sign? It's on the left. All right. Most students like to put the variable on the left, so when it's already there, great, not a big deal. It doesn't matter if you want to put it on the right, I don't care, but I'm going to leave that 4x alone. What is the operation that's going on with 4 and x? Multiplication. Dominic did not read 4 times x, he read 4x, which is correct, but you should know that that's multiplication. What is the operation with this plus 5? Addition. So when you do order of operations, what do you do first? You do multiplication. You do multiplication, right? You multiply and then you add. But in order to solve, you guys learned this in Algebra 1, you go backwards. We need to get rid of the addition first. And Luis, your brain already knows to subtract 5 from both sides. Okay? So that is the reason why most of us, as we've done these, you don't even think about it anymore. You just start doing it. But I want you to know the reason. The reason is because we undo these equations by going the reverse order for order of operations. All right, so I'm going to bring down the 4x. I have a negative 3 minus 5. Do you see how they're the same sign? So when I see the same sign, what am I going to do? I'm going to add them and keep the sign. So it's going to be negative 8. I'm going to pause here and make sure we don't have any questions. Yes, my 8th round of puberty. Sometimes it happens. Any questions on 4x equals negative 8? Yes, Sebastian. Say it again. I'm not there yet. I'm saying I'm pausing here. I'm not done. Are there any questions on how I got to this, Luis? X, we're all good? Okay, so now, yes, that's 4 times x. So I'm going to undo it by going the inverse operation, which is division from both sides. So what is going to be my solution to this? It's actually going to be negative 2. Now, if you wrote negative 4, all right, you might not know if you're right. All right, we don't know if we're right. I mean, I know we're right. But if you don't know you're right, because you're doing it on your own, how can you make sure that you are right, Sebastian? You plug it in. So I'm going to use a different color for that. Now, I get a lot of students that ask, do I have to do this? No. So today, when you're working at your boards, all right, and you ask me, Mr. Vrandrick, is number 2 right? And I just walk away from you, what am I saying you should do without saying it? That's not what I'm saying, actually. I'm saying plug in your solution to see if it's correct. Okay, you don't need me today to tell you if it's right. You can check on your own. All right? So, what is 4 times negative 2? Negative 8. Plus 5 is negative 3. What is negative 8 plus 5? They're different signs. So you subtract and keep the sign of the bigger one. So this is a true statement. Again, is that what I'm saying right now? I was just confirming for my brain that the answer is x equals negative 2. The reason I wrote true is because negative 3 equals negative 3 is a true statement. What if I would have gotten a false statement? Okay, well, what does that mean, Sebastian?
It's not soluble.
Well, we're in a very different class. You're saying soluble, right? This is saying one of two things if you say false. Either you did this wrong, right? Either you plugged in wrong, or this is not the solution. The solution, there it is. We'll get there. Okay? It's all good. Any questions on the process here? Okay, so here's what's about to happen. You're about to stand up. You're about to stand up to do these. All right? I know, right? A lot of fun ones, okay? I'm going to give you 12 minutes to do as many as you can. I don't expect you to get them all done, but do at least half. At least half. All right? Ready to go. Under